Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker. Who's going to win this fight? Well, before we talk about who's going to win this fight, let's take a look at their latest performances in which Khamzat Chimaev fought Kevin Holland, in which Khamzat Chimaev got Kevin Holland in a Bravo choke and made Kevin Holland tap in round 1. Now after this, Khamzat Chimaev went on to fight Kamaru Usman, in which Khamzat Chimaev started out very fast, took control of the whole entire fight with his wrestling, grappling, and ground game, and obviously Khamzat Chimaev ended up taking it by decision.
Khamzat, boys!
Let's take a look at Robert Whittaker's latest performances, in which he fought Paulo Costa, in which Paulo Costa rocked Robert Whittaker with a nasty head kick in round 1, but then Robert Whittaker brought it back with his strike and took control of rounds 2 and 3, and obviously Robert Whittaker ended up taking it by decision.
Robert the Reaper!
Now after this, Robert Whittaker went on to fight Ikram Ali-Skadov, in which Robert Whittaker knocked out Ikram Ali-Skadov in round 1.
Sit down for a second.
Now, this fight is going to be a very close and entertaining fight to watch because this fight is another fight that involves a very dangerous and skilled striker versus a very dominant wrestler. And what makes most people believe that this is not an easy fight to predict is the fact that it's a 5-round fight, which changes a lot of things, because if it was a 3-round fight, then most people would say that Khamzat Chimaev will easily take the win by decision since his cardio wouldn't be tested and he could just dominate this whole fight with his wrestling. But since it's a 5-round fight, it's not so easy to just say that Khamzat Chimaev can just use his wrestling to win this fight. So now the way I see this fight going is that in the early rounds, Khamzat Chimaev is obviously going to dominate with his wrestling, which is going to allow him to win rounds 1, 2, and maybe 3. But in the later rounds, depending on how good his cardio is, he might start slowing down and he might start fatiguing, which is going to allow Robert Whittaker to piece him up, just like how Paulo Costa gassed out against Robert Whittaker, which allowed Robert Whittaker to outland him and take the win by decision. So if Khamzat Chimaev does start to slow down and he stops shooting for takedowns because of his lack of cardio, I think that's where Robert Whittaker has a high chance of stopping him. But in the end, I think this fight is going to be a lot like Sean O'Malley versus Merab, where Merab was very quick on the feet. Meanwhile, Sean O'Malley was very hesitant to throw anything because he knew at any point Merab could just time him and take him down, and that's exactly what happened. Merab uses crazy speed, cardio, and wrestling to win the fight, and I think that's what's going to happen here. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Robert Whittaker's striking skills because Khamzat Chimaev isn't going to allow that to happen. So I got Khamzat Chimaev winning this fight and possibly submitting Robert Whittaker.